You need someone to call on the man for the task. You ain't standing for the cause, meet the man in the match.
Welcome to Shoot Straight. I'm Quan,
And I'm Rain.
and today this is gonna be heavy. Why can't people disagree respectfully? Now, obviously, we're always gonna have viewpoints that oppose one another, and that's just fine. You don't have to believe what someone else believes because they do. However, the problem lies when disagreeing becomes slander and just lying on people. Like, let me give you an example. There are these two guys who argued on, is it right to hit a woman back if she hit you? Now, one guy felt no, because in a sense he felt he could really hurt a woman if he hit her back, and that's fine. But then another guy says it's not always like that because there's multiple ways to hurt you besides with physical strength. Now, while these two people have opposite viewpoints, the issue only came when the guy who felt it wasn't right started lying and saying, "Oh, that's because you're a woman abuser and you're a coward, and you only do it because you know you wouldn't fight a guy." That's not right. And from what I saw before, the only reason people can't disagree respectfully is because they only want you to do what they want you to do, and that's a problem. Now, before I get further into that, I'm gonna toss it to Shishu.
Honestly, the I feel like mostly people, when they're really passionate about the topic, that's where people just can't accept. I feel like it takes a certain level of maturity to like just accept, like, okay, this person has a different opinion than me. It sounds a lot simpler than it is, but it does take maturity to just accept that in the real world. On paper, it just sounds so simple. Like, yeah, I can do that, but a lot of people can't, and I meet them every day, especially working in customer service. So people just can't accept that, you just have a different idea than them, and especially when they're really passionate about it, like I just said. It's like when it comes to like Naruto or anime in general or comics, TV shows. When you debate them or you try to talk about, they're super biased and they want you to believe what they believe. So they will argue with you forever and ever until you believe them and pretty much go with what they're saying. So I've experienced it in pretty much every category, the real world, when it comes to debating anime, anything, just like that.
Yep, you're right, man. And I like how you put that aspect of maturity is ultimately like the factor in which you're actually gonna be able to operate with people who think differently than you. Because the problem I have with people is, okay, like, they, even the people who may feel passionate about something, they literally will try to act like they can hear what another person's saying, but it's not valid because what they believe is the ultimate truth. And that's a problem because when you start trying to override people, especially when it comes to like those crucial decisions, that's just gonna not make people want to interact with you and just cause tension all around. Because one thing people need to realize is your form of truth or perspective may not be the ultimate perspective in the world. And how do you think people can fix this when it comes to being passionate and understanding other people's perspective? Because even me and you, like, I remember we were on the phone talking about something for hours, and even though we both had different viewpoints, not one time do we ever lie on each other, disrespect each other, or anything like that. So what solutions would you give to the people to fix that?
I mean, most people that have the like that do it don't really realize it, so I'm not gonna like direct that at them. Like, yo, just start. But I feel like for the people, I do have advice for the people that receive it though. So you're in a situation, whether it's a friend, a random person, whatever, just you can usually feel when you run into a person like that. Just don't fall into the trap. You'll debate them for hours, and it may even escalate from there. No matter what it is, it could be something as simple as a cartoon or just real world stuff in general. Just let it go. Just be the bigger person, and it does take maturity. It's like, okay, as long as you realize, because it takes two. As long as you realize, like, okay, he can have his opinion. I know what I believe. Move on. Just keep it pushing. I don't have advice for the people that do it because honestly, they probably don't even realize that they do it. or they're doing anything wrong in the first place. But like, guys, just leave it alone. You know,
Beautiful, but
just let them debate themselves.
beautiful. But to sum it up, disagreeing with a person is completely fine, but lying and trying to tarnish a person's name is not. And for the people who may actually be doing this and may not realize it, take a look at yourself. Do some self-reflection and be like, just because I might think something doesn't mean it's the overall truth. And even with my passion, try to find a common ground with people so you can actually get along and move forward. But what y'all think? Comment down below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Remember, stay strong and don't take what we say out of context. Peace and love.